Welcome to Week 2, Lecture 2. Individual differences can make life interesting, whether sharing ideas, cultural beliefs, or personal preferences. Our small circle of friends and close workplace relationships include individuals from different countries, ethnicities, religions, and personalities. We acknowledge these differences and, for the most part, we accept them or adapt to them. One person, the manager, has to balance the needs of many individuals with diverse backgrounds. This can make life interesting as well. Since no two individuals are alike, it can make a manager's job very challenging to work with many individual characteristics. It is nearly impossible for the manager to understand the physical, emotional, and intellectual needs of each employee. In order for a manager to be effective in today's work environment, the manager should learn first why people behave as they do. This can be accomplished by gaining a basic understanding about individual differences. Failure on the part of the manager to do this could cost an organization time and money in producing its goods and services. Lecture 2 discussion establishes ways in which we view the uniqueness of individuals, including personality, attitudes, perceptions, skills, and abilities. These factors all influence a person's work behavior and influence productivity, performance, and creativity. Some individual differences are intrinsic or deep-rooted, while others are influenced by the external environment around us. Let's look closer at individual differences and their relationship to organizational behavior. Individual differences are factors that make individuals unique. Individual differences include personalities, perceptions, skills and abilities, attitudes, values, and ethics. These factors control how people respond to situations. So let's take a look at these factors. Personality is a stable set of characteristics or traits that influence an individual's behavior. In other words, it helps us make our behavior consistent. Influences from family, culture, education, and environment are all factors that shape our personalities. Personality characteristics that help define an individual in the workplace include locus of control, which is the extent to which individuals believe whether a given situation is within their control, which is the internal locus of control, or if a given situation is controlled by someone else, the external locus of control. Self-esteem is what individuals believe about their own self-worth. In other words, it is the degree to which they value themselves. Self-efficacy is a person's belief about his or her chances of successfully accomplishing a particular task. It is the belief in one's ability to perform a task. Self-efficacy comes from past experience, persuasion from others, and a person's physical or emotional state. Self-monitoring means observing one's own behavior and adapting your behavior according to the situation. In other words, it may be said that self-monitoring is keeping yourself in check. Aside from identifying individual personality traits, several methods are used today to measure and assess individual personalities. One popular theory used to understand individual differences is called the type theory, developed by Carl Jung. Jung argued that people are not all one way or another. He believed that people have preference for extroversion or introversion. Before continuing, let's consider for a moment these two preferences. The results of the Myers-Briggs type indicator determines if a person is an introvert or an extrovert. Extroverts are individuals who are energized by interacting with others, while introverts prefer to be alone. In addition to introvert versus extroverts, three other sets of attributes are used in determining in the MBTI. Sensing versus intuition are people who prefer to gather information using their five senses, or people who gather information by using a sixth sense or a hunch. Thinking versus feeling is whether individuals make decisions in a logical, objective way or with their emotions in a personal way. Judging versus perceiving is whether individuals prefer closure and organization in their lives, for instance, having to meet deadlines, or if they prefer to keep their option open, being spontaneous. These personality attributes are helpful in learning more about ourselves. For years, researchers studied a multitude of personality traits that can be used to predict behavior in a work setting. According to Hitt, Miller, and Colella, experts identified 5 traits that correspond to the most meaningful behavioral tendencies in the workplace. These traits are called the Big 5 personality traits. These traits follow. The conscientiousness trait are individuals who are focused and exercise discipline in working to achieve goals. These individuals feel capable, organized, and are focused on succeeding. The agreeableness trait are individuals who are easygoing, straightforward, and willing to help others. The emotional stability trait are individuals who can handle stress. These individuals generally are relaxed and slow to anger. Openness to experience are broad-minded individuals who embrace new experiences. These individuals prefer variety over routine and respect different opinions of others. And then we have extroversion trait, which indicates a person's outgoing or sociable behavior. So what can a manager do with this information? The Big 5 personality trait tool has been used by managers to select new employees and managers for its ability to predict future performance. So that's one way that managers can use this. One final example relating to contributions influencing one's personality is emotional intelligence. Emotional intelligence, or EI, is the ability to accurately perceive, evaluate, and regulate yours or others' emotions and feelings. Daniel Goleman and his colleagues are credited with identifying 4 key factors that contribute to one's level of emotional intelligence. Self-awareness is understanding how managers' own feelings, beliefs, and behaviors affect their decisions. Self-management is when managers must be able to control their own emotions. Social awareness. Managers must understand the emotions of and have an empathy for others. Managers must know how to build relationships with others. Relationship management. Interpersonal skills. Managers must possess interpersonal skills so that they can communicate clearly, considering the feelings of others when making decisions. Attitudes are an important part of the workplace culture. Attitudes affect our responses toward ourselves, other people, or various issues. Attitudes are learned and formed by the influence of family, peers, or an organization. The following factors contribute to our attitudes. Cognitive dissonance is when there is contradictory information, attitudes, or beliefs, and people work to reduce the amount of dissonance, even if it means changing. Emotions, feelings that underlie our behavior. Emotional dissonance is a part of emotional labor that exists when emotions felt and expressed are different. The greater the difference, the more exhausting and less satisfaction of a job, for example. Attitudes can be changed and shaped. Managers must be skilled in knowing how they affect an employee's attitudes. Lecture 2 discussed personality and personality traits and attitudes in relation to individual preferences and differences. Taking this step, no doubt, will create loyalty, trust, and respect between the employee and the manager. Maintaining a healthy organizational culture must be led by the manager. This concludes Lecture 2 of 3. Please continue with Lecture 3.